And then they saw me in a bra, and that was it.
What's going on, Pearl Jam nerds? You are listening to Single Podcast Theory. I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek.
We're back.
We are back.
We got to get back into the groove.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's strange to just be so locked into a rhythm of doing something every week and then taking a few weeks off. It's like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
On Sunday, I had like the first Sunday, I had like a mini panic attack because my brain was just used to go. I was like, oh, the episode. We haven't recorded the episode. Like real quick. And I was like, oh wait,
Yeah.
no, we're taking a couple weeks off.
Yes, the non-anticipation was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was. It was like a SPT shaped hole was missing in my week. No, but it is good to be back. But it was good to have a little bit of time off. I know you got to travel, do some shows.
Yes.
What'd you do? Give us a little quick micro rundown.
Oh my God, a quick rundown. Last week I met and saw Dane Cook at the Ryman, and that was pretty awesome. I had a really cool like meet and greet experience with him. It wasn't like the regular. What do you call it? Like assembly line. Like usually when it's a band, they're all just lined up and you're just like, hi.
Right.
And then you're done. This was like, I got to go into like a little dressing room at the Ryman, which that on its own was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But then I was in this like little room with him and we talked about like, I saw him at Bridgestone years back and he had this weird, promotion and he called me and we talked about the Jerky Boys.
Oh my God.
Because it was through Twitter and like the last tweet I had sent out was like a retweet of the Jerky Boys or something. He's like, oh, is you like the Jerky Boys? And we were like doing like Saul and Frank Rizzo back to each other.
Jesus.
It was nuts. That was really nuts. It was like,
that's cool, man.
You know when you're like 5 and you call like the Santa Claus hotline and you're like, oh my God, I'm talking to Santa.
Right.
Like Dane Cook called me and we talked. It was weird. But okay, so what else? I'll give you like my itinerary for the last 4 days. Like Thursday, I went to work all day, drove to Nashville and watched Bad Religion. And then after the show, I had an awkward confrontation with the singer from Bayside. He just like happened to be there. Then I drove home, got in bed about 2 a.m. Then Friday got up at like 8 in the morning, drove like 4 or 5 hours to Louisville, went to a festival, which was simultaneously amazing and also like one of the worst concert experiences ever. And then drove home.
An outdoor festival full of Slipknot fans? Is that what you were basically? Is that what you were at? Yeah.
That's a great way to. That's the way to nutshell it.
Okay.
Drove home for 4.5 hours. Got in bed about 2 a.m. Got up at 8. Went to work this morning. Got home about an hour ago, and here we are.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
You've just been
awesome,
eating the Adderall. You've been snorting Adderall.
Yes, crushing them up, chopping lines.
I love it, man. You'll be like, have a day off, and this isn't at all judgment, but you'll just be like, oh man, I can just picture you. You're just like total day off. You're just like kind of on the couch or whatever's by the TV. You know what I mean? Just hanging out.
Yeah.
Doing whatever Brad B does. But then you will go on a 5-day concert run like you're 21 years old.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's great. I wish I had the desire, energy to do something like that.
The fest, up until a couple of days ago, it was like, I'm going to work going to see Bad Religion, and then I'm off Friday, and I'm not doing shit all day. I'm going to sleep in, not doing anything. Then these tickets kind of fell into my lap for this festival. And it was like, well, that is my day off. And if I can get work to let me come in a few hours late Saturday, I can make the sleep thing work and still get to work on time. Well,
Right.
late, but like they okayed that. So I didn't, the Louisville trip, the festival was not planned until like the last minute. I think it was Wednesday night when my niece was like, you want to go to this show? Because I can't go now. And I'm like, well, like who's playing? So,
Man, good job. And Amanda went too, right?
Amanda went with me to Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool,
Because
man.
it was a Day to Remember was playing, and I'm like, I can't ever pass them up. I've officially tied. I've seen them the same amount of times as Pearl Jam,
Wow.
and I'll see them. They're playing in a couple months in Nashville, and I'm going to that show. So they're gonna surpass Pearl Jam here shortly.
So Pearl Jam has the Jamly. Grateful Dead has, Deadheads, Fish
Yeah.
Heads. What is it for a Day to Remember?
I don't know. I don't think we have a name yet.
You need to fix that.
Yeah, I need to. Yeah.
You guys are like a bunch of hippies, but for metal
Right.
bands.
Well, Amanda is flying to California to see them twice in 2 days.
Dang.
So she's really into it. I wish I could go,
Yeah. You should jump on that flight.
but man, she's my daughter. She's flying to California to see them.
Yeah.
But it's like in the A Day to Remember world, it's their own festival that they're putting on, that they put on the
I
last
gotcha.
few years. So
Okay.
it's kind of a big deal for, but they're playing at a festival the next day. So she's going to that too, like
Cool.
6 hours away or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right
San
on, man.
Bernardino? Is that?
That is in California.
I can't remember where the other one is. Aftershock. But anyway, how are you?
I'm good, man.
Was that short enough? Was that concise enough?
No,
About how
but-
my last two.
But I figured if I
went?
told you to make it real short, it would just be
Yeah, I tried.
medium length.
And I'm out of bottled water here at the house, so you might hear this a little bit.
That's all right. I've got my if Kate Cotton's listening, I've got my basic bitch Starbucks here.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
You guys might be hearing me sip on that a little bit.
You know what? Do you like V8 or like tomato juice?
I'm fine with it. I wouldn't say I ever crave it or anything, but
Dude, I've been craving it so bad the last like 2 days. I've been drinking it like crazy. V8. I love V8.
oh, is that a symptom of menopause?
Is it? I mean, I'm in the right age group, aren't I?
Yeah, just wrong gender, wrong biology. But
Oh, men don't.
are
go
you
through
being
that?
serious? You don't know what that is?
I mean, it's menopause.
Oh, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. Menopause. God.
Oh,
well-
see, can you cut that out? Can you cut that out?
No.
That goes back to my like when I just say stupid shit, and then like as soon as I say it, I'm like, oh god, why did I say that?
You got to learn your lesson, man.
Well, at this point, all right.
Well, for those of you that have never listened to us before, we are an all Pearl Jam podcast.
I
Here
apologize.
every week. Occasionally do some bonus episodes, which each of us did one of those while we were on break. But yeah, this is going to be episode 110. We're doing Philly 2016. 10 live.
Tenadelphia, as it's known in
Tenadelphia.
some circles, and we totally planned on episode 110 to be this 10 Adelphia show.
Totally.
Totally.
We think
I didn't
that
just
far ahead.
realize that right now.
No, I know you didn't. We talked about it. I mean,
Way
I've
back
known.
when.
I mean,
Yeah.
before we even met, I knew that that's what episode 110 would be.
Right.
Whenever we got here. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I willed it into existence. All right, but before we get back into emails and everything, do you have some knowledge for us?
I do.
Do you have
want
some-
me to?
Yeah, let's do that.
It's Brad B's Pearls of Wisdom. It's motherfucking Brad B's Pearls of Wisdom.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
Do we? Have we made a drop? What do you call it? A bumper? It's not a bumper, is it? What do you call the intro? An intro?
Yeah, bumper.
A bumper?
You can call it whatever you
guess
want,
you-
Blazy.
Yeah. Okay. This is. Yeah. Are you laughing?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I heard you laughing at me.
Nope.
I want to talk about the Stickman today. I'm going to drop real quick. This will be a short one.
Okay.
But I do want to talk about tattoos here in a second. But the Stickman, the logo, that, the band has kind of gotten away from that logo. Do you remember, like, when they first came out, like, that logo was fucking everywhere.
Yep.
Some band logos have become so well known they've become synonymous with the bands themselves. For example, the Rolling Stones' tongue and lips logo or Led Zeppelin's Zoso symbols. In this regard, Pearl Jam is no different, as most fans can easily identify the logo commonly known as Stickman. So how did a stick figure doodle with long hair and outstretched arms become the band's calling card? It turns out that it was the work of Jeff Ament, who once described its inception this way, quote, "I drew the Stickman the night after Kelly Curtis told me that we needed artwork for the giveaway cassette for Alive. The art really just represents how I was feeling at the time, playing in the best band I'd ever been in, and all of us were in such a creative zone. It didn't really have anything to do with the song." Over the years, Stickman has become a popular figure on t-shirts and as a tattoo design. One of the first people to get the Stickman tattooed on a body part was none other than Pearl Jam drummer Dave Abruzzese. The story goes that after his second show with the band, Abruzzese went directly to a tattoo parlor and got the little gentleman permanently emblazoned on the bicep of his left arm. I, too, have a Stickman tattoo.
You do.
On my aisle calf.
Oh my God, aisle calf.
yeah.
It's been a while since we.
Never mind. You don't have a Stickman tattoo.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I don't think I'd ever get a blatant band tattoo. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I just
Right. You don't have a Led Zeppelin tattoo?
nope.
Why did I think you did? Well, as you know, I also have, I think I have a Megadeth tattoo.
I don't think I knew that.
It's a tribute to my buddy that was a big fan, and he was killed by a drunk driver.
Right.
Have I
didn't
never
know-
shown
I
I
don't
mean, you've
think
probably
I've-
seen it, but not realized that's what
Probably.
it is.
Yeah.
But you know who Vic Rattlehead is, right? That's like Megadeth's logo guy, the guy that's on all the albums.
Right. Yeah.
So I've got like his face pretty much. And we were at a customer's house, an old woman. She saw it. She's like, "Oh, what is that? Let me see that. What did you do to your leg?" And I'm like, "Oh." She's looking at it. And I said, "Oh, it's just it's like a skeleton face from an album cover." I didn't want to go into the whole thing, and I didn't want to say Megadeth, Fucking,
And then you're like,
she'd have a heart attack.
pardon me for 1 second. Can I shit in your crisper drawer?
Yeah.
I'll finish telling you about my tattoos in a minute.
Yeah. So she's like, "Oh," and the guy that I was with, he jokingly said, "Yeah, he's a demon," referring to me. And
What a weird thing to say.
It was so funny though. I don't know, it might have been like you had to be there. It was the way he said it was so funny. And he had this big grin on his face. And she was like, well, come here. I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, oh God, here it comes. And she's like, have you boys, wait, hold on. Let me get this right. Have you boys let Jesus Christ into your life?
Bro. Don't want to get roped into that conversation.
Oh God. So yeah, I just was like, oh yeah, of course. And she's like, even
yeah, I
with
get
that-
it. You just get it over
she
with.
said,
yeah.
She said, even with that demon on your leg. Oh, so
Brad B loves Satan. Satan. All
so
right, cool.
yeah.
Well, I don't know how we got to that from your fucking pearls of wisdom, but we did, and
Sorry.
here we
Well,
are. So I think it's time for emails. How about that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Were you doing your own edit point? Is that what you just did while you were talking?
I did that, but it wasn't an edit point.
What, you just randomly clicked your fingers 3 times?
Kind of like, yeah, like let's move on.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going back like Living Color, like, you know.
No, I was not doing that. What do they say? 2 snaps and a something. I'm sure you know it, right? Wasn't that what it was? What did they say?
Yeah,
what did they
like
say?
2 snaps and then they'd add something to it. Yeah, I used to love Living Color.
Oh, it was the best.
Okay, we can't. This isn't a Living Color podcast.
Remember when they would do like they did like a live Super Bowl halftime show? Like you had to like switch over at halftime to
Right.
Fox from CBS. I thought that was so cool. Like it's like they're watching the Super Bowl and they can't go live until it's the halftime show, and you have to like click over at the same time.
Yeah. Crazy technology back then, man.
Oh,
Clocks and a clicker.
The 90s were wild,
That was some crazy shit going on in the 90s.
right? We'll never see the likes of that. You know, do you watch all those Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
You know Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
how he's got the tape and the Walkman?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get that he's like has a meaningful relationship with this tape.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like
yeah, I get
after
that.
26 years, that tape would fucking be destroyed. And you're telling me that they don't have fucking iPod technology?
Well, I mean, it's a Marvel movie, dude.
Yeah.
You've got to suspend disbelief when you walk in. I I get it. You're right. But I can't believe we're talking about this right now.
That just bothered me.
All right. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Emails.
Yeah. Emails. Da-na-na.
If you would like to email us, you can email us at singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. I didn't say that earlier. See, I got to get all the...
You're rusty, dude.
A little rusty, man.
But you usually say that afterwards. You save that part for after the emails.
Yeah. Well, I just did it before. Who we got first?
Ooh, switching it up. Ben Jacobson. Hey. Hey, bees. Sorry, that's what the subject is.
Yep.
It's like 5 E's and 5 Y's. Hey, bees. Last I emailed you guys was after Wrigley in 2018. So glad you covered night 2 from a year ago. It was such a great night. So much to remember. Unfortunately, I only got to meet Brad B quickly. Had always hoped to come back and meet Lions and Kate, but it just didn't work out. From the rain to the banging openers, it was all incredible. Given to Fly is easily one of my top 2 or 3 songs, and with it as an opener was incredible. Starlin loves Given to Fly as an opener.
Yep.
It all seemed to go so fast, but it was still unforgettable. I'm patiently waiting for the next album and tour, but so thankful for you guys keeping me tied over till then. It's a little late, but congrats on 100 episodes. Ready for the next 100. Yeah, they're going so great. Before I go, I said that, not him. Before I go, I was the guy in 5th grade when having the choice of study hall or band chose study hall. I regret it today. But to hear your technical analysis of some of these songs is awesome, even when I don't understand it some weeks. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, dude. That's mostly, I think he's probably referring to you.
Right.
Because
you offer...
I'm just like, I love this part. Man, he's awesome right here.
That thing is cool when he does the thing.
Yeah. Thanks and God bless, fellas. Keep on rocking in the free world. Ben in Nodak.
Thanks, Ben.
Is that North Dakota? Is that what they call that? I've never heard that before. Nodak?
Nodak, man.
Have you heard that before?
No, I've actually never heard that.
Oh, wow.
Until
I wonder if
this
that's
email.
a thing in North Dakota.
I'm sure it probably is. Now, he's the only one that's ever said it. And he
That's
expected us to
copyright
know.
Ben
Yeah,
Jacobson.
exactly.
We're going to make that a thing.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
got
what do we
Bagel.
have next? Oh, Bagel. Oh, I think we're in trouble, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
pretty sure we're in
yeah.
trouble. This is in
All right.
reference to the Doors. Yep, it is. I love the subject for this one. It just says episode 108.
Yeah, he's going straight for it.
It's almost like that. Putting that in the subject is him kind of going, "You know where this is going, guys.
Yeah.
I've got some things to say to you, by God." Okay, he says, well, it was bound to happen. 108 episodes, and you run a Mack truck over Eddie singing with the Doors. This was a seminal moment in rock history. Unlike what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremonies have become, these early days were much more under the radar. While the Doors had attempted to do some things post-Morrison, nothing ever really took. The band members themselves kept playing on their own for years, which is why they were sharp. Ed was not really a fan, so his ride to the event in the days preceding was a crash course in the songs the band wanted to play, album versions and available live releases, the latter which had Ed freestyling the Dead Cat, Dead Rats lyric the way Morrison did live. The Doors definitely are not everyone's cup of tea. I cut my own rock teeth on them more than any other band. As time has passed, I've got admiration for them still and some eye rolling. But their output in the short time, as Ed noted, was remarkable. Ed's pipes on Light My Fire are stunning, and his last howl of Light My Fire eerily feels like Morrison. I can't sing that.
Can you? I was gonna say, I'd like
he wrote
you
it
to,
in all
yes.
caps.
Okay.
Light my
Yeah, what you-
fire. No, that's not really a Jim Morrison.
No, come on.
That
dude,
was
you
more
can
of
do
a,
it.
huh? No, I'm not
You can
doing
do
that
it.
right now. Let's see here. Here we go.
Fire.
Sound like someone was stepping on a cat.
Dead cat? Dead rat?
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
okay.
I'm back, baby.
He says, yeah, and his last howl of Light My Fire eerily feels like Morrison flows through his body. The Doors.
I agree with that.
I agree with
because
that,
I
too.
just felt Morrison flowing through my body as I sang that part.
So you've
I felt the flow. The
You're
even
in the flow
if
state,
you
bro.
will. Yes, I am. I'm just living my truth.
He says the Doors did make a run that would be considered nostalgia shows, with Ian Astbury on vocals of The Cult back in 2002. I loved Ian Astbury is kind of a badass. He's super weird, but I liked The Cult. Let's see
I never got into them.
Let's see here. Yeah, Matt Sorum's band.
Yeah, I do. I do know that.
I didn't have a chance to see it in person, but he too did the band and Morrison justice. I forgive your temporary insanity. I mean, one of you has defecated in a crisper. Bagel forgives you. Watch your back. Fire. Thanks, Bagel.
Yeah.
Thanks for the feedback. It's so funny too. I remember saying to you, Blazy, it was like we kind of talked through like I can't remember what song it was, but we kind of talked through that whole thing. It's like, well,
yeah, we were kind of talking over the more important parts.
we were,
but but not in a. I think this is an incredible performance.
Sure, no, I agree.
We just kind of
we just had a bad episode. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like this one's turning out to be. Mm-hmm. All right, who you got next? Thanks again, Bagel. Danny B.
Danny B, our buddy. Danny B blew my mind, and I wanted to just when I read this, I just felt like the dumbest idiot ever. Like how did I miss this?
Oh, what'd you do? What'd you do, man?
Danny B. I titled my, because I'm so clever. You want to hear how clever I am? I titled my solo episode Pearl Jam's Greatest Misses.
Right.
Blazy, I really enjoyed your solo pod, but I probably would have titled it Fucking Up. Boom. Dude.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a fuck up like me and a genius like Danny B. And I'm serious. Like, how did I not realize that was the perfect title for the episode?
You went dumb. We all do it.
Well, yeah. You asked if anyone had any other favorite greatest misses. One of my favorites is one that I saw live October 12th, 2013. A few days before the highly anticipated Lightning Bolt album was released. The boys visited me in Buffalo. 30 songs, sandwiched between Immortality and Even Flow, was My Father's Son. The awesome thing about this, it was the live debut, and they fucked up. About 20 seconds in, Eddie called the band to a halt, gave the audience a little apology, and tore back into it. Apparently, Eddie Vedder was satisfied with take 2. Pendulum was a great opener, but the high point for me was Present Tense, followed by State of Love and Trust. Welcome back, Music Brad, for Pod 108. Eddie was so incredible that he makes Jim Morrison seem like the imposter. I agree, dude. I can't. Yeah. I know I just love that performance. Those 3 songs with Eddie are just incredible. And he even says, Danny B says, the Doors were my favorite band from 1980 to 1982. I read the Morrison bio. No one here gets out alive a few times. One of my two Brads asked if the Doors ever toured after Jim died. I remember a tour with Ian Astbury of The Cult as lead singer. I remember reading that Ian decided against future tours because he wanted to get back to working on his own legacy. The B&B experience will be missed by this guy. Until the next time, this is Danny B saying, "You are a tower of strength to me."
Oh man, nice lyric pull right there.
Yeah, love it. Well, we're back, Danny B. We missed you.
Yeah, man. Let's see here. Thanks, Danny B. God, man, this is just like a nice little run here of long time listeners.
Yeah.
So we got Jason Barker up next. Were you about to say something?
Yeah. I was just gonna say we got a lot of emails the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And just people, we can't read all of them. You talk about Tangent City, we would go on all night if we read all these emails and got into them. But I just want to real quick say thank you to everyone that wrote in, said they missed us.
Absolutely.
And couldn't wait to hear us again. It's really nice to hear from everybody.
Absolutely. All right, let's see what Barker has to say here, because I see that the email starts with "Honestly, Lions." He says, "Honestly, Lions." Oh, this is good. I squirmed in my seat
stuff
when you made those kind and generous remarks. Thank you. You are welcome, kind sir. Your episode was a testament to the vast expanse of emotional spectrum that music can cover. And my musical nerves tingled every time you selected another song, as if we used to chill in the womb sharing our earbuds. Something supernatural there. That was a notable set list, my friend, and I'm sure the kudos will pour in from the many listeners. Thanks for putting it out there. Also, I had a boner the whole time. A musical boner, if you will. A toner. Trademark Jason Barker. I bought the rights from Pitch Perfect. Jay out. Oh, man.
I have a boner right now.
Inappropriate. Inappropriate. The problem is this. I'm a very visual person. When people say things, I tend to like picture them.
Right.
I don't like it. What is that? Don't, dude. Don't. Dude, come on, man. You know I got to cut this out. Now I got to cut all this out.
Why? What's that?
Oh, man.
That little little space of time of you saying what is that, and then you realizing what it was is like that little sliver of time is up there with like the birth of my child and like high-fiving Eddie Vedder in Lexington. It's up there with that. Just that realization, that split second.
I can't believe you just did that. That's straight up high school shit. That's amazing.
Okay. All right. Who we got next?
Can we get to Paul?
Oh, God. All right, I got to breathe for a second. Give me a second. I'm so glad it worked, too. I didn't know if you could hear it.
I'm sure the women that listen to our podcast would love that.
All right. Are we good?
Oh, that's hey, I don't know.
Do we need to go back? All right, what do we do?
I'm sure
Paul?
I'll figure something out.
Oh shit. All right. What is that? All right. All right. All right. All right. Paul Mazie says, tangents, mess ups, and other moments of glory. Hey guys, I hope the hiatus is treating you well. I don't know how you've been able to do a show week in and week out as long as you have. My hat's off to you. Seriously, that's a lot of dedication. I have missed not having a new episode coming. Sorry. I have missed not having a new episode come Monday morning. I hope you guys are able to get things in order and resume as per normal. Listening to you guys really is like chatting with friends. I'll tell you what, the last few episodes you guys were on fire. The full album shows were so good. I should have wrote right after I listened to them. I can't remember all the specifics now. I do remember you guys going a little off topic a few times. That stuff is great. That's what's so endearing. Anyway, that's it, I suppose. Love you guys. Hope you're doing well and hope to hear new stuff soon. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
You probably like this show.
So far, so good. We're checking all Paul's boxes here. Man, no, but thanks to all you guys that did email, the ones we read and the ones we didn't on air. We appreciate it. And if you want to email, it's singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. You can say hey on social media or on all those places. And if you'd like to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com, patreon.com/single podcast theory for all that information. Am I missing anything? We good to go?
Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Did you say all that?
Social media.
I checked out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I
sorry.
don't know why. I know you check out every time I do that little bit. I don't know why I always ask
well,
you.
it's not that I check out. It's like I get my little tabs open and
I got
ready.
you. Getting all your stuff in front of you. Mm-hmm. All your notes. All right, here we go. 10, performed live, 2016, Philadelphia. What was the actual date?
April 29th, 2016.
Man.
And this was a night 2 at Wells Fargo
Yeah.
in Philly.
This was not very long ago,
No.
you know?
Well, 3 years, 3.5 years.
Yeah.
I almost went to these shows. I've told this story 100 times probably. I was in Lexington. I think it was April 26th, 25th. April 26th. I'm looking at the poster. And you know, you get that high that like they're playing in Philly like tomorrow. You know, you come out of the show and you're like, I have to go.
Right.
I don't care what I have to do. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And now I'm like, holy shit, I should have gone to these shows, but I didn't.
Yeah, man, it's cool to hear. I don't know. It's just cool to hear. I kind of like the fact that they didn't, you know, because some of these songs have, you know, sometimes Jeremy can be a 9-minute long song. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they kind of
So
kept,
can.
for the most part, they kind of kept
Yeah.
everything pretty close to how they do it on the record. I mean, they did have an extended solo in Even Flow like they always do,
Yeah.
which was crazy. I can't wait to get to that one. But
Yeah. Well, just to hear these songs in this order in 2016 is fucking mind blowing.
when I love that they did, you know, some of these other shows where they've played a full record, they'll go ahead and start with a couple kind of warm up songs and then go into a record. And I like how they just came straight out of the gate with Once and then just kind of blew through the record.
Well, the little trickery, they came out to Master Slave, which if people don't know, Master Slave is the intro and outro on 10. That weird, like, I don't know, what would you call that music?
Just kind of, you mean like, I mean, I would just say it's a little instrumental.
Yeah, it's like a weird instrumental. Yeah.
It's a Jeff
But anyway,
piece.
that's what they play. Yeah. That they were playing that. That was like their walk-up music. And then they go into Once. But what I was getting at is the night before, night 1, they did the same thing. And I think people were kind of like, oh shit, they're doing it. Because they played Once.
Oh, right.
That was the first song they played after like Master Slave. And then they went into like Animal.
Right.
And Gonna See My Friend.
Right.
It's like, you fuckers. You fuckers.
Teasing you.
Yes. But then they did it the next night. They did the whole thing the next night. So I'm of the belief if any band is playing 2 nights in your town, you fucking go to both shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good
But
being
that
at both
doesn't-
Wrigley shows.
Exactly.
You know.
Oh, what the fuck? Sorry.
You all right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean,
But yeah,
overall,
night 1 and night 2, like, I don't know. I don't know. I would go to both shows.
yeah. Well, this is a really good performance of the whole record. They sound good. Pretty. I mean, there was no like, they didn't ever shit the bed. I mean, obviously they've played these songs a million times, or not all of them, but quite a few
Most
of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, when I was listening to it, I've been listening to it this week or whatever, and sometimes that, as someone that has like done a lot of touring and, you know, tours that last a long time, and you can there's songs that you just play every night, even if you're playing with someone that likes to switch up the set list and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes that makes the songs harder because you kind of, it's easier to check out in some ways.
I think we've talked about this, but have you ever are you ever up there like, oh God, you know what? I left my clothes in the dryer.
Oh yeah.
I need to turn the dryer. Like, do you ever you go through that?
Yeah, I mean, and especially, not especially, mainly when it's, an artist or someone that I've been playing with a ton, where I know the music. Yeah. I don't have to think about it. I don't tend to get that way with most people because I don't really tour anymore, mainly in the studio, whatever. But back then, yeah, for sure, it was like, you're sitting there and you're like, oh my God, am I in the shit? Is this the second or the third chorus? Because if it's the second chorus, I'm about to go into a guitar solo. Have I already played the guitar solo? Shit, I can't remember. I was thinking about what the bus food's going to be tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so to me, when they've screwed up songs like Even Flow and stuff in the past, that makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Becomes a mental block almost, but.
It's so weird. It's so weird from a non-musician because, we're so into it. Like, how can they not be? But I get it. I get how you cannot be into it if you're doing it every night for 30 days straight,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Anything gets old. Even the stuff you love will get old,
Yeah.
Well, should we just kind of head into this real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead and start with Once.
Crank it up.
All right, man. Let's see what we got here.
Oh, that's what it was. I remembered there was a special reason why they did 10. There was some kind of anniversary or something. And this was the 10th time they sold out in Philly.
That's the reason?
Yeah, that was why they did this.
I love the way Matt plays the 10 and 10 songs.
Yeah,
all that 10
too.
era stuff.
I know the internet is toxic. Somebody, I think Pearl Jam posted something, and somebody simply put "fuck Matt," and someone was like, "Why, dude?" And he's like, "Cause listen to him how he plays 10 in verses. He's horrible." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I get the whole
idiot.
I know, but why even say that? Do you really think he sounds bad? No, he doesn't sound like Dave Cruisin' or Dave A. but to say he's fuck him, he ruins those songs. Like, what are you talking about?
Nah, I think he fucking.
But I
crushes
think you'd
it.
be proud of me. I didn't engage him.
Oh, you're all grown up now.
I love the crowd
Yeah.
screaming once with him.
I mean, they
Now,
came
at
out
this
and
point-
murdered.
Yeah.
I love it. Stone always sounds so good on that song.
Oh, see, I was like thinking of Jeff
While you're
because
listening,
he's so like, yeah. It's I don't know. How, are you playing? Is this the like official bootleg that you're playing?
yeah,
Okay. The mix is like the bass is turned up, which I like. I like being able to hear all the instruments.
yeah, for sure. Me too. I mean, Jeff's obviously a crucial
Oh yeah.
part of the sound of this band for sure. He makes me like things I don't normally like. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fretless
Yeah.
basses.
Right.
I normally hate that shit, but for some reason it
Yeah.
doesn't bother me when he does it, you know?
It doesn't. Yeah. It's never bothered me. I like that. Just that weird sound.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, why I have such a disdain for fretless bass, but I do. All right, cool. Let's move into track 2.
Yeah. Track 2.
Even flow, come on.
Is it me or does it sound not as super fast as they usually play
Yeah,
it?
it's not quite as fast as they play it. And it's
Yeah.
funny, I was about to say that, again, listening to this again this week, I kind of realized that since I'm listening to Boots again for the first time in a very long time, now when I listen to the 10 version, it feels so fucking slow.
It's crazy.
I
know we
totally
talked about it
kind of
before.
prefer
It
the
is-
live version now.
You can, yeah, you almost have to.
Yeah.
Man, I love this song. I don't
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
get
it's
into
a
a
great
rant
song.
about people that leave during this song. This is their Enter Sandman. Like, I could listen to this song over and over. I know some people don't like it. They're sick of it. They think it's a good song, but they're sick of it. I don't know what it is. I just love it.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's a hard song
Is
to
it
argue.
nostalgia? Is that part of it?
No, it's a great fucking song. That's it.
Yeah. have a confession.
What?
I'm in love with a man.
Are his initials M and M?
Yes.
M and M. Mike
Yes.
fucking McCready.
Yeah.
That was a
come
good
on.
one, man.
It is good, yeah.
Man, Mike was just slinging around some fucking Stevie Ray Vaughan licks. He got weird there for a minute with that, like, I don't know if he was just using a whammy pedal or some sort of harmonizer. I don't know what he was using, but just, yeah, man. I love how he just, you can hear, like, as a guitar player, when that solo starts, I mean, he's doing cool shit and everything, but you can hear, and that's what I love about him. This is not a criticism. He, in songs like Even Flow, where he might have kind of an extended instrumental section or whatever, he's not afraid to just kind of like start, and you can hear him, like, he's not hitting any bad notes, nothing like that, but he hasn't gotten there yet. It's almost like the first 10, 15 seconds of that solo is like, he's in key, he's doing cool licks, but he's not there yet. And then about, I don't know, a couple bars after that, he kind of starts just ripping some shit, and you're like, oh man, I know what that feels like. You know what I mean? Where you're like,
Now,
what?
as a guitar player, is he like practicing, or is he just freestyling all that? But or does he, like, before the show, he's like, all right, I'm gonna play this crazy shit, and then I'll go into this, and then I'll go into
he's
that.
not
Or
doing
is,
that.
is he just?
He just knows what key he's in, and yeah, goes for it.
Okay.
Because he's Mike. Seriously, man, he's a badass.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we've said it 1,000 times, but
yeah.
I continually realize how much him and Stone have
See,
influenced me.
I know we talked about, I don't know if it's on the show or not, but I ran into the lead singer of a band that I like, and I had a really awkward, what do you call it?
Interaction?
Not interaction, yeah. I think with Mike, I would be super fucking excited, but he seems like he's so down to earth, and every story I hear about him is like he's just a normal guy, which I know all these guys are, but I think if I met him, I wouldn't be like awkward, like super awkward. I might be okay.
I don't know, man. I love you and everything, but you know what I'm saying?
I hope if I ever meet him, I'm with you, because you have met lots of famous people and you're super low key about it. And I think you would be able to kind of like rein me in.
Just, you know, kindly interrupt before you.
Yeah.
Totally,
Like kind of tap.
Yeah. We could have a
Yes.
safe word, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
What would our safe
Yeah.
word be? Lasagna!
I'm not going to say it.
Lasagna? How about lasagna? You like lasagna? Burritos! If I say burritos, you need to calm
I
down.
know
That's the
yeah.
safe word.
That would work, because that would like my, you know, my animal brain would be like, burritos? Where?
Yeah,
be
distract
like,
you from the stupid
oh,
shit that's coming out of
yes.
your mouth.
That word would get in deep enough to snap me out of it. You know,
Yeah. Burritos.
burritos. Where? Oh, that's the word. Oh, I'm being weird. Okay.
Speaking of burritos, let's go to track 3.
Yeah.
Alive.
I know I said it before, but like, what a weird, what a weird show to be at.
What do you mean a
Even
weird
Flow
show?
is just Even Flow is the second, and now we're getting Alive. Like this is like an encore ender,
Right.
and it's the third song.
Yeah.
She said, have I got a little story for you? What you thought was your father was nothing but a fool. Why you say
What if this was your first show?
Be pretty cool.
Like, yeah.
but I'm glad we talked. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. She walks slowly across the young man's room. Oh, she said, I'm ready for you. I can't remember anything of this fairy tale, except the love. Oh, you know where you are. Now I can see you. I just stay. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
You know, he's still, I mean, we've talked about it before, but he sounds great. These songs,
Yeah, for sure.
you know, his voice 25 years later, he sounds great.
Yeah. I honestly didn't think, even back in the day, I was just like, man, how is he going to be able to keep, how is he not going to just shred his vocal cords? But
Yeah.
he somehow hasn't. I'm sure he's had
Yeah.
some badass coaching on that or something. But
Yeah.
I'm still alive, she said. But do I deserve to be? And is that the question?
I just went to 2 shows in the last couple days, and now I'm listening and I'm watching this on my end. I just want to go see Pearl Jam so bad.
Yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
if they put out another album. I just want them to tour. I know, obviously, I'd love to hear a new album, but I
Sure.
don't care. I just want to go see them.
let's go to
the
some
rumors
shows,
are-
man.
Yeah, the rumors are rumors, but man, Wrigley 2020, I want to go so bad.
I'm down.
And I'm like, well, hold on. Let's
Yeah,
listen. Oh man,
Was that AC/DC for a second?
Speaking of shredding your vocal cords,
All right. Man, that was that was kind of like a Mike classic because he kind of for the first solo he kind of followed the same map as the solo that's on the record. Used the same kind of
Right.
opening phrase and
yeah,
positions on the neck in the same spots and
yeah.
yeah, man, I love it.
But they gave it. I mean, they gave it as much as they do at the end of the show.
Yeah, song number 3.
Yeah.
Again, I thought Matt crushed it on that one too.
Dude,
Personally.
he's my favorite Pearl Jam drummer. I mean,
Shut up.
he's fucking awesome.
No, I mean, I know it's going to change in about a week.
Yeah. Right now, today, listening to this, it's Matt fucking Cameron.
Damn right.
MFC.
I'm not going to argue with that.
You can't.
Speaking of drums, let's get into some Why Go.
Yeah. The haze are a little off.
Yeah, that was a kind of a weak
It's the
hay.
Adam Sandler thing.
Hey.
You've been on stage before. How
have.
hot is it?
Oh, it's hot as fuck.
On stage.
All those lights. Come on,
Yeah.
it's hot as shit.
How does Slipknot do it? I'm serious. Or Ghost. How do those guys not collapse after the first song?
Well, because it's just stamina and endurance from doing it for so long.
You know me. I'm a princess. I would be so
Oh, you'd be
uncomfortable.
done.
I mean, I do this show without a shirt on. I mean, I couldn't imagine
Oh god,
being on stage under the lights.
me either.
What you got? She seems to be stronger, but what they want her to be is weak. She could play pretend, she could join the game, but she got me under
I mean, listen to Jeff on that bass.
Yeah, man.
That,
Just clanking away over there.
yeah, it's got that gritty feel.
He plays the 8
Like
string on this
Jeremy.
one, doesn't he?
Yes. No, I think so.
I'm pretty sure he does.
One day this week when you're not busy, can you go through and take a clip of every solo and just kind of like fade in and out, make a mix for me?
Sure.
Okay,
All of
thank
Mike's
you.
solos.
Yeah, well,
I'll
just
definitely
from
spend
this-
my time
from-
doing that for you.
just from the 10 show, just the 10 songs.
Just string them together.
All right. Yeah, I think that would be a cool exercise.
The sad thing is I'll probably do it. That's why I never get anything done. I'll pick that stupid fucking thing to do.
You know you want to hear it, and only you, Brad Lyons, can do it.
Yeah, I'm the only one. Yeah, I mean, Mike, it's you listen to the solo on that one, like that's a dude that he and we all know this obviously as lovers of this band or whatever, but that is a dude that did not get famous and just think, I'm good as far as practicing and challenging himself and staying up on his instrument and you know what I mean? Like he still attacks it like kind of, I don't know, like when you first learned to play guitar. He's still got that that thing. He doesn't kind of sit on his ass. You know what I mean? Like he's on his shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is 25 years later, and he's still doing that kind of blistering solo.
And doing it better.
And yeah, and not getting credit for it.
It's true.
Just in the sense that nobody talks about Mike McCready as being up there with the best guitarists.
Well, I mean, some people do, but I get it. Yeah.
Well, the nerds do.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely, as we've said 1,000 times, both those guitar players are underrated for sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Track number 5. Are you ready for this, Brad?
Yeah.
Are you sure? You got the Kleenex with you?
I do.
All right. Here we go.
I don't think I could have handled being at this show.
Your head would have exploded.
Yeah, dude, I'm too sensitive. Like,
no, man.
I just, you know, what this album meant to me. These songs in this order.
Yeah,
seriously,
totally, man.
Like by the time they started playing this song, I just would have lost it. I'd be like fucking a blubbering idiot, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Because if I cried at a Megadeth album show,
oh man,
you know, I'd be like,
okay, maybe you're a little too sensitive. I take that back.
But you know, dude, there's a magic in hearing his songs in this order.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
all I'm saying. Ooh.
Retro. Fucking love it.
It's so good, dude. I don't understand. How do you write that? I'll never understand how you guys just can write songs like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you go from Eddie singing that line, I know someday, that part, and then Mike doing that, what he just did.
Yeah.
How do people do that?
I don't know, man.
I will say, at my show, a couple days prior to this, when they played this, Eddie was singing "We Didn't Belong Together,"
Oh, really?
and I was like, "Oh man, he's going through some shit." Because it was like,
Or maybe
it was like that, like it was super dark and like quiet, and then he sang "We Didn't Belong Together." I'm like, oh,
Well, I wonder who he wrote that about back in the day.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to say about that song. You know what I mean? That hasn't already
Yeah.
been said. It's
Yeah.
amazing. I
That's one that is way better live because of Mike and because of that. Like, it gets dark at the very end when Eddie's doing that.
yeah.
The "We Belong Together,"
And the
or if he
band's
changes
quiet.
it, and
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, like this is incredible.
Yeah. It's almost like a heavier moment when it's quiet
Yeah,
like that.
totally. But obviously that comes from fucking 25 years of the evolution of playing that song
Sure.
live every night.
That's what's so great about music and musicians like that band that are able to do
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Just vibing it, bro. They're just vibing it.
Oh man, they were in some sort of flow state this night.
Yeah, they were. All right.
We're at home drawing pictures of mountains high, with him on top, letting yellow sun. Arms raised in a beat, the deadly in pools of maroon glow. Caught up in invitation, to the fact that mother didn't care, couldn't tell me we did. Our room is a river till we spoken, clear as till we spoken, clear as Clearly I remember picking on the boy, seemed a harmless little fox. We released a lion, yeah. Now she's seething with the recess lady's breath. How could I forget? And he hit me with a surprise laughter. I'm trying to
I'm watching the bootleg of this on YouTube.
All right.
And Mike is in like full he's just like being real goofy, and like he plays the riff and then he like stops.
Yeah, I know that
moving,
move. Yeah,
and
I know
he's
what
like
you're talking about.
looking,
And he stares
he's
at
like
someone.
looking at the crowd.
Yeah.
Yes, he's looking. Yeah, he stared at the crowd, and
Yeah.
then when he has to come back in with he like he like jumps
Yeah.
and plays that riff, and then he's he's just in like
Hamming it up, dude.
goofy. Yeah, totally.
It's a Kiss fan, bro.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. He's fist pumping.
Eddie sounds good on this. That second verse sounded. Those
Yeah.
vocals were great.
Yeah, a little BGBs? BGVs? How do you say it?
BGVs.
Bet you. Oh, Mike's just pointing at everybody at this point. You.
You get a new car.
Yeah,
You get a new car.
You're Jeremy, and you're Jeremy, and you're Jeremy. Yeah, Matt Cameron is the fucking man.
He's the shit, man. Yeah, man.
Pretty good.
All the songs on this record, like literally, what?
No, you go on. I'm just agreeing with what you're about to say.
They
I think.
they kind of like, I mean, they bring back hearing these songs still like bring back, as weird as it might sound, like smells from that time period of my life, and like it's
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm
very kind of
saying.
in my face and visceral as far as, you know, I guess the nostalgia of it or what it brings me back
Yeah.
to.
Dude, the magic of this, hearing the songs in this order, like unlocks something in my brain.
Yeah.
Because this album was like probably most of us listening to this show, like this album was so important to us, you know?
Yeah. It was the first date that turned into a very long relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, totally.
And this is one that I always brings back memories to. So let's just move on into Oceans.
Yeah.
1, 2. Hold on to the thread. The currents will share. Glide me toward you. No, something's there. And we're all alive to dream of the years. Oh, the next time we talk.
All right, it sounds a little different. Can you pinpoint why it sounds just like almost like the arrangement sounds a little different to me?
From how they normally play it?
Well,
what do you
yeah,
mean?
that
Or
and
from the
yeah,
record?
that just from the record.
Oh, it was way different than the record.
Yeah, okay.
It's just,
What-
I mean, they're playing it more like a rock band, and then the record version's a
Yeah.
little bit more cleaned up, and you know the electrics aren't quite as dirty. They're kind of like, and there's no drums like this, right? In the record version,
Yeah,
I mean, he's playing
yeah.
like a straight ahead, you know, rock kind of halftime beat
Yeah.
thing. So
Oh, like that awful alternate version from one of the singles. Remember? We
Yeah,
talked
yeah.
about that.
yeah,
But it just seems like the guitars, man, see, I wish I played so I could explain. It sounds like darker and not like, fuck it, dude. I don't know how to say what I'm hearing. It's like they're not like picking the strings, or just like strumming.
yeah. I mean, they're just,
So it kind of
Turn-
sounds more open.
yeah. I mean, they're just doing like those octave parts on the guitars. I think I hear what you're saying,
Yeah.
but to me, it's just, I mean, it's just a full band.
It's cool
arrangement.
though. It
I like
sounds. I mean, yeah, it's a real dark version of it.
Well, it's just,
I
yeah,
just
it's-
go back to-
just shows like how much like just the treatment of a song or whatever, or tones of guitars and stuff can change the vibe, you know? Because in a lot of
Yeah.
ways, they're not playing anything that wasn't on the record. It's just that, as far as guitars go, obviously there's acoustics on the record version. Yeah, this is just kind of like a stripped down, add kind of a Matt Cameron drum groove in there, and it's just a different version of the song, you know? I like it. I mean, I mean, the record version will always be like the number one in my heart, but
Man, that unplugged version gets me every time.
it's good stuff, man. Well, it's just,
Yeah.
it's just another testament to, this is a very good example of a good song is a good song, right? We've heard like 5 different ways they've played this song, and it's still just a good song. It doesn't matter how they do
Yeah.
it. I don't think anyway.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
No.
All right, let's get into another fucking classic, live and from the record.
Yeah.
Of course, it's Porch.
What the fuck is this for? Running to you again. Leave a message and they stop. Couldn't learn your voice one last time. Daily mind feel this good. Be my time by you. Would you hit me? Would you hit me? Oh.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Hot Licks Mike. Yeah, get it, Jeff. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna take a solo too.
Oh, this is when Eddie was doing the spotlight with the stainless steel guitar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He would hold
Yep.
it up and shine it to the
Shine it.
back of the.
He did that Wrigley, didn't he?
I think so. Oh, I can't wait for a fucking tour. Come on. I've resigned myself to not even trying for GA. And we'll just get seats.
Fuck that, I'm going
So,
GA.
w-
I'm gonna figure out GA. We got
okay.
to.
Oh no! Don't put that on me. All right, fuck it. We're going for Rail 2020.
Nope, I didn't say rail. I said GA.
Oh, why? No, there is no G. Look, it's Rail or nothing, baby.
We'll discuss this later.
I've always loved this part.
Me too.
Just that like descending. Oh yeah. Come on, man. If that doesn't put a smile on your face, just that build up
Yeah, I'm with you on that,
of
man.
him getting more and more into the Yaz. Like, I don't know. What are you doing with your life? If that doesn't make you smile, at least smile a little bit. Just listening in your car and you hear that, you can't help but fucking feel it. I always like watching these bootleg videos and trying to point out like the super fans that are up front. Like, oh, there's, you know, so and so.
Right.
There's the Australian.
People you've met. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, get it, Matt.
What was that?
That's me. It's doing Matt.
Oh, okay.
You know I'm something of a drummer, right?
I fancy myself somewhat a drummer.
You've heard me.
You've heard me hit the skins.
Oh man, I'm trying so hard not to say something you don't want me to say, but you just keep like teeing it up.
Oh, don't.
Let's move on. I know.
I mean, this is one of my
I'm
favorite
trying to
deep
learn.
cuts.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Yes,
I'm just gonna power on through this.
Roll right over. Yeah, do it, dude.
All right.
What's it? What is this? Nee, 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 nee.
Come on, man.
Right? That's,
Nee, nee, no, nee, nee, no.
The direction of the eye cautiously quit. All the questions about our existence, all the questions about our modern
I love how simple and badass this riff is. It's always
Yeah.
been one of my favorite ones.
Dirty. It's dirty.
Come on, Mike. Oopsie.
Yeah, clam. There, you got it. You got it.
Man, there's so many good guitar moments in that song.
Yeah.
All those little like all those little kind of extra bars and stuff like that, and those the way those that it's not just a band like just chugging through chords. Like there's a lot of great kind of parts playing off of each other in that song. It's always
That's
been a
definitely that's definitely a song I appreciate way more live. If we ever like ranked the songs, that was probably my least favorite on 10.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But man, what we just listened to is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like it just sounds, I don't know, there's something about the fullness of it being live, hearing like what you were just saying, that those riffs
Right. Well,
at that volume.
And just to remember that so much of this material was Stone and Jeff. I mean, you know, there's definitely like the rest of the band too, but just all the Stone and Jeff or Stone. I mean, obviously we don't know who wrote which little licks and, you know, little parts and stuff like that, but the writing is just so smart on this record. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that it's not in the other records, but they definitely kind of loosen up more in the rest of the records. Not in, I mean, the records are heavy and serious or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't know, just the whole, you know, the whole process of them getting with Brendan, like we've talked about before, and him just kind of letting them be a live band, kind of recognizing this is what they do best. So just set them in a room, put the mics in the right place, and fucking let them go to town and push them when they need to get pushed, you know?
Well, and this was Pearl Jam's first record, but it wasn't Stone and Jeff's first record.
And that shows.
So, yeah.
They were definitely kind of the backbone of this record, you know? Mm-hmm. All right. Another one that I think the guitar parts and the stuff are super fucking cool and underrated. As guitar parts and riffs, but also just as a song, I feel like that's pretty underrated. But obviously we got Deep. Fucking hear Jeff's bass just clanking away.
Yeah.
Love it.
On the edge, windowsill, Pontus makeup, Pontus will to the street door. He just ain't nothing, but he's got a pretty view. And his seats are deep. Yeah, can't touch the bottom. To the deep end. Can't touch the bottom. On the edge of an all-nothing time, feeling quite superior. The edge had come to the sky above. He just ain't nothing, but he's got a pretty view. Sings the burning man. Can't touch the bottom. Into the deep end. Can't touch the bottom.
This has got to be a hard fucking song to sing, man.
Oh, yeah. He goes for it, though.
Yep.
On the edge of a Christmas clean love, your virgin ever.
I always loved that this part broke down to just drums and bass right there.
Yeah.
And then the guitars kind of creep back in. They're just so good at dynamics.
They know how to work this crowd.
Yeah.
It's got to be so fucking... I get why lead singers are insane, because how can you stand up there and command a crowd like this and not like let it get in your head?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people.
Like, I would be thinking, like, what if half of these people just jumped over the barrier and jumped up on stage to kill me? What would I do? Because they could do it.
What are you talking about?
That's if I was on stage singing,
Yeah?
I would, and I see all these people, I'd be like, what's to stop them from all just like rushing the stage and trampling me to death?
Oh, nice. I mean, I doubt that if you were up there performing, that would be what was going through your mind, at least the first time. That's one of those things that you think on stage after you've done it a million times and you've gotten bored for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, that's who I am. I'm at that point.
Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't know who you were in your head at that time. Now that you clarified for me which Brad I'm talking
Yes.
to and which one we're talking
Right.
about, makes much more
It's
sense.
that guy.
Yeah.
It's that guy. I'm bored and over it. All these adoring fans, I'm over them. I'm over these people.
So over it, bro. It's just they're just harsh and my mellow at this point.
Right. It's
Talking
like-
about harsh and your mellow, between Deep and Release, we get a little. I think the only time Eddie's really talked.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, right. During the playing of the record.
Yeah, usually, they come out, do 3 or 4 songs, and then Eddie gives
Says
like a
something.
good evening speech.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even think about that. He hasn't even really spoke to the crowd yet, so
Well, and this is one of the things that I love about him. I'm sure same with you, but he's not afraid to get dark, and not to get dark just to be dark or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I think that one of the great things about this band, if you choose to look into them past just kind of casually listening to the music, especially looking into lyrics and stuff like that, if they're going to talk about something like mortality and death, it's usually more out of like, hey, no one knows what happens after this. We don't know when the time's up, so kind of make the most of it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that they're willing to get into sticky or downer topics and not worry about what the people are going to think. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're not just trying to be cool all the time. And I can't even remember exactly what he says right before release, but let's listen
Let's listen in.
listen in.
Just before we start this next one, been thinking a lot about it, and as we've been traveling, there's been a lot of requests from a lot of good folks that are going through some pain and needed a bit of healing, maybe with a song or maybe a dedication to a lost loved one, something like that. And it's no surprise because it's just part of life. We cannot avoid the grave, and we can prolong it the best we can. But you never know if it's going to be something sudden, something senseless. You might be able to expect it, but that probably is not going to help the sadness. And I know that some of us out there, we've lost brothers, we've lost fathers, we've lost sisters, we've lost kids. And this was This song was about losing a pop, and this song was it's one of those healing songs, but and it's not gonna lessen the blow of any kind of tragedy, but it loud volumes or alone or with a lot of other people. Sometimes it just helps you get through because you can't get around it. You don't get over it. You don't get under it. You got to get through it. Or else it never goes away. So this one goes out to, there's two brothers in the audience, and they lost their brother, Colin McGovern, and we just want to send this out to your friend, dear Colin. And,
Man. He's always good at, I don't know. That's a good team, not just Eddie that's willing to point out different people in the crowd or, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
kind of share it with the rest of the crowd and dedicate stuff, you know, songs like Release to people in the crowd.
Yeah.
That's a pretty powerful thing.
Yeah, there's this song, Come Back. There's a couple that I think he knows that these certain songs like weigh heavily on people, you know?
Sure.
And it's like you said, it's cool that they pointed out.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try and follow up what he said. Let's just
Yeah.
let's just listen to Release.
Yeah, dude.
A song that we both love, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I hear that guitar part, it's like, oh boy, here we go. I'm about
Here
to
it
feel some
comes.
fucking feelings.
Mm-hmm. Like, I just came here to rock. What are you doing to me, Ed?
I'm touching your soul.
Yeah.
I see the world, feel the chill. Which way to go? We are at the wall still. I see the words on a rocking course of time. I see the words in a rain. Oh, dear dad, can you see me now? I help myself like you somehow. I ride the wave where it takes me. Out the pain, release Can you see your hear myself like you. Somehow, I'll wait up in the dark for you to speak to me. Open door, release me. Release me.
I just couldn't bring myself to talk during that one.
I didn't
You know what I
want to
mean?
say anything. Totally.
It's like
No,
blasphemy or something.
I was like, yeah.
Well, obviously, a beautiful and powerful song. I would venture to say that it's a powerful song for anyone that's a Pearl Jam fan.
Yeah.
I just haven't met another Pearl Jam fan that's like, really? It's all right.
It's all right. Yeah, I'm good.
Take it or leave
No.
it. No. It's
No.
never been that reaction for obvious reasons.
Yeah. It is weird to hear it, just 30 minutes into the show or an hour into the show, but it still works. you know?
No, for sure, man. I mean, again, what we were talking about, what was I talking about earlier? Oh, Oceans. That's another one of the songs where it's like, yeah, you can put release anywhere in a set list. However,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great opener and closer, but especially opener. I've always been a fan of the slow burn opens.
Yeah.
Did you get you some water? Some sweet tea?
Yeah,
sip?
A little half and half.
We've been at it for a while, so
Yeah.
let's get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
down to, yeah.
We'll obviously be back next week. Thank you guys for listening. If you'd like to email us, singlepodcasttheory@gmail.com. We're on all the social media places. What?
Nothing.
You just groaned and smacked the table.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because we're at the end of the show.
We are. And you're unprepared?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can
I
you
knew
believe
it. I knew it. I knew something was amiss. You better get it together quick, my friend. If you'd like to support the show, because we've got our shit together, what a good commercial. You can go to patreon.com, patreon.com/singlepodcasttheory for that information. Until next week, I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek saying to the man above her, she just ain't nothing.
Deep, huh? You got deep there at the end.
I went deep. I did.
Peace.
I died and you just did that. I died and you watched. I died and you walked by and said no. I'm dead.
Fuck yeah.
Come on, man.
Right? That's, my son loves this song.
I love it.
And when we went to Lexington, he made a sign asking Eddie to play this. And like, Eddie came down and was like, you know, high-fiving people, and my son was like trying to give him the sign, and like the security guard took it and was like, "Don't worry, I got this." And then Eddie like ran by and didn't see it because the security guard had it, so he just set it on the stage. But he had wrote it on the back of a Dr. Pepper like 12-pack piece of cardboard. So then it just looked like someone put a Dr. Pepper cardboard on the stage.
Crazy. Thanks for talking over one of my favorite songs for that. I appreciate it.
You want to start over? That was awful, dude. It's up to you.
No, I'll just cut it out.
Oh, you can cut that out, right?
Yeah.
That you need to put at the end. Cut that out, but then put it at the end.
Okay.
Just tell me, dude. Just say stop talking.
I do want to hear a little bit of this. It would be nice.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good.